Greetings, everyone. Just wanted to jump on here real quick and give a quick apology for not being on last week. We had a family emergency that took us out of town. Thankfully, everything turned out okay, but it did take us away from our normal day-to-day, so we had to adjust, and one of those adjustments was not getting a video out last week. But I hope all of you are in good health and having a good time, and we really appreciate you coming on our channel and watching our videos. And while we were out of town helping with the family emergency, we were graced by the local fire department having a quick makeshift parade, which was kind of fun. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll get back to your regularly scheduled sewing program.
I am working on my label. I made myself a little template, drew out what I wanted to do on it, made sure it was the right size, and then what I did is I started with a 5-inch square, which I pressed in half so I could find the middle. I got a piece of interfacing, just slightly smaller because I don't really need it in the seam allowance. Got the interfacing on there and pressed that over again, and then I'm going to trace my words onto here. I'm probably not going to embroider this one. I think I'm just going to put it on with ink. I might embroider the little holly berries that I have at the bottom. I also may just color those and not embroider them. I haven't decided yet. So I'm going to get that traced off, and then it will just go in the corner like that, and it will be stitched in with the binding, and that will make it nice and secure. And I will have to come back and stitch that edge by hand. I mean, I could leave a pocket, but that's kind of a big pocket to leave. So that's getting the label ready, and I'm making progress on the quilt. I got the hanging loops on it last night, and I stitched those down. So that is ready to go as well. So looks like I'm actually going to get this done in time. I'm so excited. Yay! See you later. So for coloring in the little holly leaves here, I'm going to use this coloring technique that I got from a pattern that was by Buttermilk Basin. So she has you start with a white crayon, and you just color in the whole area, and that gives you a smooth base to put your color down. I was really disappointed to see how much my ink leaked and kind of spread when I did this. I didn't have my pigment pen, and I thought I've used this one before. It's a Bic, but apparently I hadn't. I can find my brown 0.1 pen, which is what I would do if I was going to embroider, but I want my 0.5 for the lettering and for this, since I decided I probably am not going to take the time to embroider it. But I can't find it. I don't know if it ran out of ink, went dry, and I got rid of it. It's possible. Also possible I put it somewhere else while I was working on another project, and it's with that stuff, and I just don't know where it is. Anyway, so we got our white, and then we're just going to go back with the color using maroon for my berries. And then just basic green for my leaves. Okay, then we need to press it. I need to plug my iron in. Now that I got the color all in there, I want to set it, to heat set it, so that it's not going to run or bleed or anything, fade. So I'm going to put a paper towel over it. Probably put one under, do under and over. This will help soak up any wax. Probably shouldn't have this on my little clipboard because it's plastic. I wanted a hard surface to do that on, but I don't want to melt my clipboard. And as you can see, it's got a little bit of the wax on it. I'm just going to kind of move that over to a different spot in the paper towel. And do it again. And the idea is that you just want to do this until you're not getting any color at all. Just a smidgen of color there. I'm guessing this will do it. And then it will be ready to go. Okay, so that has my color, my little holly thing on there. So I can do the lettering now. I do need to do some more looking to see if I can find my other black pen, because I really don't want my letters to be all that bleedy. I might go back and embroider on this, I suppose, and then the bleedy part would just kind of look like a shadow. And maybe that would kind of look cool. It is what it is. I'm not going to redo it. So I'm going to go trace my letters and get my label all ready to go. Isn't it going to be pretty?
Greetings and welcome back. I'm getting ready to put the binding on my my gnome quilt. I got the threads all cut off during Thanksgiving and a little bit afterwards when we got home. I gotta find where I started pinning here. And then this morning I pinned binding down on a good portion of the quilt to get it ready. I've got my thread in my machine and I put my walking foot on, and I've got my quilting gloves because it does help to hang on to it and move it around. It makes, oh, I missed a thread. I'll have to go back and get that one. I didn't get pinned all the way around because I ran out of pins on my little magnetic pin cushion thing. I do have other pins. I could pull them out, but I figured this gets me, I think it's 3/4 of the way around the quilt, so I will get that far and then I will stop and just pin again for a little bit. But this is going to be exciting because I already have the label on. I have the, other than that one thread, I've got the ends tied off, and so as soon as I get this stitched, I can actually go hang this up. And it's early in December. I wanted to get this done by the end of the year. I wanted to have it done early December so that I would have it for Christmas decorating, which we had talked about doing yesterday, and then we didn't do it. It's going to wait for another couple days still. So I should have it done in time for that. Yay, I'm so excited. So let's get to work. I like having my scissors handy because if I have a little end or a little piece that's kind of pooking up, I can press it down with that and keep it in place. It's kind of nice to have as a, I think people have the purple thing is something you can use that for, or an awl of some kind, but I find my scissors handy, and then I have my scissors handy anyway. So finally gonna shut up and just stitch. wanted to make a quick comment. If you do or are interested in doing a machine binding like this, where you stitch it onto the back by machine and then onto the front, don't be afraid to go slow. You want to keep your edge nice and straight and smooth and not all wobbly and weird, and it's easier if you're going slow. And also, mine, I fold it over as far as it will go. You could try to fold it over so they're exactly even. I find it makes a little border, I hope you can see that, of stitching on the back going around it. I kind of like the way it looks. If you don't like the way it looks, then definitely try to even those up, but I find trying to make it perfectly even so that your stitching would be kind of in the ditch is really fiddly, and it very often isn't quite perfect, and then it looks not perfect. This looks like you did it intentionally, which you did, and I think it just gives a nicer finish. So that's my little tiny tips about doing machine binding. I've gotten around the second corner, and I'm just going to keep stitching here until I run out of stuff that I've pinned, and then I'm going to pin some more and go from there. So I'll see you again in a little bit. This little bit, I've got about a foot left to do, and then I will have this done. Very exciting. So I'm going to finish this up really quick. I got my stitching done, and I pulled it out, and remember the thread that I found there that I hadn't done yet. I've got it tied off back here, as well as the ends for putting my binding on. So I'm just going to get those run into the quilt. So that I can cut them and get them gone. Oh, bother. Hate it when you have a short piece and it comes unthreaded. There we go. And it's done. Let's go hang it up. Let's see if this is gonna work.
Dun dun dun!
Yay, it's done! Okay, and I'll chain this one so I can get it off the hook.
Christmas, Christmas, fa la la.
Okay, here with my friend Sai again. Hi, Sai! Hi! So I don't know if you all remember, but when we were on our trip to Alaska, we had a chance. I was working on some embroidery, and Sai was interested, so I started her working on one of my little patterns to make a bookmark, and we have just finished it. She just got it done. Isn't it beautiful? And it has some of the Alaska forget-me-not fabric that we got in Skagway, right?
Yeah,
it was Skagway.
Skagway.
And then she also wanted to do another, so she did this one. This is her own pattern. And she wasn't sure how to do it, so she just did the best she could. And I think it's beautiful. She did an amazing job, and she's going to get that to her mom. So we're going to finish that one here now that we've gotten the first one done. That's our next thing. Let's get busy.
Woo-hoo!
Now we're working on Sai's second one, the one that she designed. We're doing this one a little bit different, so it has a border around it. So this is kind of an experiment. Fortunately, she's not minding, apparently, that I'm using her as a guinea pig to figure out how to do this.
Hey, I think it's going to work awesomely.
So we've cut the back a little bit bigger than the front, and we stitched it together. And then the idea is that we will turn that carefully right side out, which you get to do now.
I get to do now.
Yep.
Okay. Ooh.
Just be careful because it's stiff and we don't want to stretch that piece out.
Yeah.
Squish it in
I'm a
there.
bit scared. Okay, I guess I won't hurt it. I could
We'll try not to stretch
try
that
not
end there.
to
Yeah.
rip it or stretch it. Okay.
Yeah, it shouldn't rip because it's fabric. It's sturdy. But
Okay. Ripping yeah.
there we go. Okay, and then we'll press
Look at that!
and then we'll trim the ends a little bit, fold those over, and then stitch it on top, and then it will be a beautiful bookmark.
Woo!
Okay, let's go to the next step.
All right.
Do I have the camera in your way too much?
Nope.
Okay,
You don't see it at all.
perfect. Finishing up the last little bit on Sai's bookmark that she created herself, designed herself. And my battery is really low, so I'm going to shut it off so we can get the end too. Okay, there we go. It's all done.
Woohoo!
You did a great job, Sai.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
beautiful. Your mom is going to love it.
Thank you for
I
teaching
can't wait
me.
to hear what she says.
Me too.
Let's go show Stan and Keith.
Okay.